I've got a 5 minutes or less review for IronLights today, a VR game that prides itself on a polished 1v1 class-based melee combat model between either you and a bot or you and another person in real time, with cross-platform enabled between all VR headsets. In IronLights, you can be a greatsword wielding knight, a sword and shield using duelist, a bow staff spinning monk, a double dagger slicing ninja, and a flail bashing with a big sword crusader. Each class has its range attacks as well. With the greatsword you can fling shockwaves, the sword and board combo as well as the dual daggers fire bullets, the bow staff can be turned into a giant bow that shoots arrows, and the flail also fires bullets, but the trajectory can be altered depending on the direction and speed you are spinning the flail. Combat is the key point and best part of IronLights. The way it works is that you have a health bar and an energy bar. You gain energy slowly over time, or you can incur a damage multiplier to your health to charge more energy faster. Once you have energy, you can fire off ranged attacks or attack your opponent directly with your weapon in thrilling melee combat. Once you've done this, time slows down for both of you, making attacking and defending a dance in slow motion. Once your weapons collide, they lose their charge and have to be placed behind your head to regain form. This mechanic encourages constant flowing attacks as both an attacker and defender. You'll both be constantly swinging your weapon in varied flowing motions so as to retain speed and control of your chosen devices of pain. There's a lot of give and take as you both take turns attacking each other and trying to get around the other's defenses. Add all that on top of managing your energy and health, and you have a kind of VR combat that hasn't been seen before between players. Sure, other VR games could design something similar without any slowdown mechanics or energy or even the need to take turns attacking, but I think IronLights is better for it. Most weapons feel relatively fair, with some being slightly better at attacking or defending than others, which seems less of an issue of skill and more of an issue of physics and design. I wouldn't say we need a balanced patch right away, but it wouldn't hurt to tweak a few numbers here and there as more data in online matches makes its way to the devs. Speaking of online matches and the ones that I played, there was very little perceptible lag or disconnections, which I found quite impressive until I realized there was only like 20 or 30 people playing tops, but low numbers aside, the experience itself was pretty magical. Being able to emote with my hands, head, and body to an opponent in real time really got my adrenaline pumping and is something I look forward to regularly diving into. The single-player campaign, on the other hand, is a fleshed-out experience that has you climbing a leaderboard using currencies that you earn from winning matches against AI to advance your class's level. Increasing in level grants bonuses to damage and armor so that harder AI won't be as hard, and in the campaign you also have access to wave-based and tournament modes if the standard 1v1 deathmatch isn't quite enough for you. Past that, there aren't any other forms of progression meaningfully or cosmetically. It's here that some people may have issues because the gameplay is great and it's a good hook, but there's not enough content to consume for the long term. At least not yet. PvP is sadly the epitome of this, since there are zero forms of online progression unless you count the occasional replay you're able to save. This is most definitely going to turn some people away, since this game thrives as something to challenge other opponents to. And it's such a shame that there isn't any ranking system with earnable cosmetics and skins to flex against your opponent. At least not yet, because it sounds like the developers are going to be adding lots more to the game, especially more classes and cosmetics, though I don't think they are something that you have to earn. Moving back to single player for a second, one of the cool aspects of the campaign and the AI you fight against is that the developers have recorded human movements for the AI's bot attacks, meaning their melee and ranged attacks are scripted but can still be challenging, with their defenses being something more real-time, and in that way, effective and always changing. I appreciate the effort from the developers to turn the campaign into more than just a tutorial for the bare-bones online PvP. If IronLights does end up losing the small player base that it has, then at least the campaign has enough meat on it to make repeated playthroughs worthwhile. However, the possibilities for an online VR PvP fighter that is ranked is very attractive for someone like me, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. For now, I have to rate the game on what it is and not what it could be, and that's why I'm giving IronLights a 7 out of 10. The gameplay loop is solid, fun, and repeatable, the online is stable and mostly free of issues, and the game itself is only $20 on Steam. To get a higher rating, we'd need to see IronLights expand on its online offerings, a ranking system, earnable cosmetics, more classes, stages, and variety. Do that and it's an easy 10. What do you think of IronLights for VR, especially when coming from Half-Life Alyx? Let me know in the comments down below, rate the video, subscribe and ring that bell before you bounce, and I'll see you next time.